What if the thing that continually frustrates you is actually trying to teach you something? I have been paying really close attention to my patterns, particularly in stress. If you've been listening to this podcast for any length of time, you know that I believe the most important leadership lessons start with looking honestly at ourselves. So today I want to share something that I've been noticing. When I am stressed, when something lands hard or a moment feels threatening, I feel this urgent need to justify myself, to explain, to make sure the other person understands that I was trying, that I was doing my best, that my intentions were good, that I'm not wrong. And as I've been paying really close attention to it, it's like my nervous system cannot tolerate being misunderstood for even a moment. And it will do a lot of work very quickly to fix that. Gosh, it feels good just to name that. This weekend, I had a moment that showed me the pattern so clearly. I was in a stressful moment, and instead of defaulting to my pattern, instead of justifying and protecting, I did something different. I owned it. And I shared something honest that was hard to say, but it was the truth of why I was doing what I was doing. And I was so proud of myself for that. But one of the people I was sharing with immediately got defensive. And I noticed that that is where I typically come undone. And I could feel it happening. Not because they were wrong to feel what they felt. I can understand why they were defensive. But because I'm so focused on what's going on within me, because my need to be seen, to have my honesty acknowledged, to have someone say, hey, I see you were trying, that didn't get met. That is the moment where it started to spiral. And I wanted to justify, explain, protect, get out of the discomfort as fast as possible, because that's the pattern. And I'm naming it out loud because I know that I'm not the only one who recognizes this pattern. Maybe yours looks different. Maybe you go quiet when you're stressed instead of getting louder. Maybe you get busy. Suddenly there are lots of things you need to do right now. Maybe you deflect with humor. Maybe you shut down completely or come out swinging. Maybe you people please your way through it, agreeing with everything just to make the tension stop. It's not even what the pattern is. The key is just noticing the pattern, because we all have a pattern. As I have said many times, none of us are broken. We are patterned. A default route that our nervous system takes when the pressure is on, because that's all it knows to do. And most of us have been running that route for so long that noticing it starts to loosen it a bit. Because here's what I have learned about these patterns. You cannot grow if you keep reacting the same way you always have. Not because your pattern is bad or wrong or something to be ashamed of, not at all. But because it was built for a version of you that needed it then, and you are not that version anymore. Maybe you don't need it. I don't need it. If as I'm reflecting on this moment, I didn't need that. It was okay for everyone just to feel what they were feeling. The fear within me is not real. So the challenge in front of you right now, the tension, the difficult relationship, the situation that keeps showing up in different costumes, that's not just a problem to solve. That is the universe asking you if you are ready to level up. Are you willing to do something different this time? Are you ready to notice the pattern before it runs you? Because that noticing, that split second of awareness between the trigger and the response, that is where growth lives. I'm so proud of myself for noticing it in that moment. And here's the thing, it doesn't matter that nobody else noticed it. I did. that's where growth lives. The growth doesn't live in the perfect reaction. It lives in the pause, in seeing it for what it is. So for you today, in this reflection, what is your pattern when stress lands? When you feel threatened or unseen or overwhelmed, what does your nervous system do? I will tell you, it is immensely valuable taking the time to name it and just say it out loud. It's like, oh, that's okay. That is just a part of me. And as I'm loving myself, I am loving that too, because I know that it has a way of protecting me. It was all designed to be helpful, but I don't need it any longer. So is your pattern still serving you? Or is it keeping you where you've always been? That challenge is an invitation and a great way to take care of yourself and ultimately each other.